What's up YouTube, and welcome to another computing related video here at LBX Computer Services. Today we're going to take a look at this Qtech computer that I picked up from the flea market for £2.50. Let's check it out. If we start at the top, you can see that the fascia is missing a piece. It wasn't with it when I got it, and these chips are my own fault. I put it in the boot of my car and it slid about and cracked. The first optical drive is a CD writer. There's a very beige DVD-ROM drive, floppy, there's your power, hard drive activity and power LEDs, and there's a little flap here that is very stiff, hard to open, but it's hiding some misaligned audio and USB jacks, which I might have to fix myself later. Around the back there are some PS2 keyboard and mouse ports, onboard Ethernet, USB, serial, parallel, MIDI, all the audio ports, an extra serial port header, and down there, covering my hand is covering it up, there is a 56k modem. It's got a license for Windows XP Home Edition, which I'm just covering up the serial key, and there's the power supply. And it's mounted rather awkwardly just there because, as you'll see in a minute, the power supply is covering up most of the main board. Underneath the power supply is the heatsink and CPU and all the ports. There's an AGP slot, 3 PCI slots with the bottom one occupied with the modem, and the hard disk drive is also inside. It looks like a factory shop bought PC build, where they've done a fair attempt on some sort of cable management by wrapping the CD audio cable and sticking it onto the power supply, tie wrapping up the IDE cables, and all in all they've made a fairly decent job. It's cable managed down there. I don't know if you can see down there. It's all pinned up quite nicely. I've just realised you can see a model number for the main board, which is 4SD M2 Plus/AQ, and also notice that I think the USB, the onboard USB, the front panel USB may not work because it looks like a ground pin has liberated itself away from the pin itself. So this will be the genuine first boot up. I've plugged the monitor and the base unit into this surge protecting multi-gang adapter. Let's give it some power. The monitor's fired on. No dramatic sounds from the computer itself. I did give it a visual inspection for any bloated or swollen capacitors. That's just dropped on the floor. And for want of a better phrase, I'm going to quote UXW Bill and say, smoke test. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's a power button on the power supply that's not turned on. Okay. Second smoke test. Nothing. Dead as a doorpost. I was sold this as working, by the way. Let's have a look around and I'll come back to you. So after swapping the power supply out with one from another machine, and it's still not powering on, I did manage to fix it. If you guess what the fix is before I show you, leave a comment below. Okay, are you ready? No power. It's not powering on. Nothing. Watch this. So that's the CMOS battery removed. Are you ready? And we have a live. and beeps. So let's hook a monitor up and check it out. Okay, so we've got video, and this computer is dated now to 2002 May, given the BIOS date, and clearly there's a CMOS checksum error because I took the battery out and I've not yet replaced it, but this gives us a opportunity to have a look at this post screen, and you can see there is 256 megabytes of RAM. It's an Intel Celeron 1.7 gigahertz. It's a 16-speed DVD-ROM drive with no manufacturer. The CD writer was Artec, not Cyberlink as I originally thought. The CPU temperature is holding steady at around 47 degrees centigrade, and I think we're ready to have a look in the BIOS. But my keyboard isn't working. Okay, so I managed to make it into the BIOS. I think the power button, when you press it once, it just puts the PC to sleep, and then pressing it again wakes it up, but the keyboard wasn't waking up with it. And so I forced it off and it's back on. I'm not going to spend too much time in the BIOS setup, but I just wanted to load the failsafe defaults and then exit, and it should now boot up. And there you go. Right, and this is as far as I'm going to be able to get today. The username Lisa has a password, the administrator account is disabled, the guest account is disabled, and I need to go and make a password reset key and sort that out before we can get any further. I also need to take a look and make sure nothing private and confidential would be disclosed. I think this was from a hospital. So yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Please like and share this video, subscribe if you haven't done already, and click that alarm bell to be notified when I update the next part. Follow me on Twitter, it's @LBXComputers, and I'll see you soon.